Hi there, I'm Jimmy Muller. I'm the inventor and owner of Muller Choke Tubes. Not only am I happy that you came to check out the website, but I'm very excited to tell you about the 60-day free trial offer I have on my revolutionary patented choke tubes. Basically, any choke tube that you buy from me, you have 60 full days to try them out yourselves, prove to yourselves why they're so revolutionary and why they're patented, why they're the cleanest, lightest, best patterning chokes in the world. If there's anything you don't like about them in that 60 days, I will give you a full refund, no questions asked. So the reason that I do that is because they are so proven and so revolutionary. I really know you love them. They'll help put more X's on your scorecard. They'll help you bring down more birds with less cripples. And I offer this 60 days just so you can prove it to yourself. So I'm really excited you're here. And what I'd like to do today for you coming to my website is I'd like to give you some free valuable information that you can take away with you today that will help you in your target shooting and also your hunting and save you a lot of money while doing so. Is basically throughout all my ballistic testing while I've developed my chokes going all the way back to 1993, I've learned what ammos are the best ones to use for what situations and what scenarios, what targets, what game. I'm going to share those top picks with you here today in this short video. First, before I do that, I'd like to share with you a little bit about who I am and my history so you know what I do and where I'm from. Basically, going back to 1975, I started duck hunting and goose hunting in the marshes of Stratford, Connecticut with my dad. In 1978, I started shooting trap and skeet at Remington Gun Club in Lordship, Connecticut. Moving forward to 1986, I became an aerospace defense manufacturing tool and die maker, where I worked there until 2005 when I started my own aerospace defense manufacturing company. In 1993, I started sporting clay competition because I wanted to become a better wing shooter. And in 1993, there were a lot of choke tube manufacturers already in place. So what I did was I bought chokes from every single company out there. I put basically every ammo you can imagine through them, through many different guns, basically 20 guns, 13 bore diameters. And through all that testing, what I realized quickly was that all the chokes out there were very inconsistent. They had the same things in common, but they weren't good things. Basically, they were heavy, they rusted, they loosened between stations, they had severe carbon and plastic buildup. Some of the most significant things were that they didn't pattern the way they were marked. So you take an improved cylinder or a light modified or a modified choke and you put it on paper at the given yardages they're intended to be used at, or you could just use the old staple and pattern them at 40 yards in a 30-inch circle, which I talk a lot more about that in my membership video library, which is something that is sort of a myth. But anyway, if you patterned them, they just didn't pattern the way they were marked. I would say a good 90% of them. And then on top of that, shot-to-shot deviation was all over the board. I had chokes that patterned anywhere between 35 and 65% deviation shot to shot. So if you shot 25 shots at 25 sheets of paper, they would vary 35 to 65%. It was really eye-opening and alarming. It was very disturbing. Being a competitor, I wanted the best that there was. I couldn't find anything that was really good. So that brought me into my own machine shop where I had worked at the time. And because I had a degree in metallurgy and engineering and access to all exotic materials for the government and classified projects, I was able to make chokes out of materials that have never been tested even to this day. Basically trying to find what would be best. I changed geometry for every single gun. I really learned a huge amount. And through all this testing, which I explain in my membership video series, on my website and my blog. Basically, it was amazing what I've learned. So I've brought all that technology to you in my revolutionary patented choke tube system. I've also expanded my line into a hunting series now, which is called my H2O, which I have for hunting, for all waterfowl, and also turkey. I hope you'll go to the website and check all that stuff out. And like I said at the beginning of this video, all my choke tubes, free trial for 60 days. You buy them, you don't like them for any reason, give you all your money back. So there's no risk at all. Getting back to what I want to offer you for free for some good information, I want to get into the ammos that I've selected as my top picks. Now, for target shooting and small game meaning quail, chucker, partridge, woodcock, pheasant, you know, basically the Federal 4-pack that's out there that you can buy at any of the big box stores. It's called Target and Game, or Game and Target loads. They come in number 8s and 7.5s, 1 ounce or ounce and an eighth. They're around 1,200 feet per second, which is really phenomenal, and I'll explain that in my video series as well. That's all there for you to learn about why it's critical and why you should choose certain velocities and payloads over everything else, and how it'll increase your score and your bag limit. So basically the Federal 4-pack, phenomenal components. The price of those are only around $22, $23 for 4 boxes, which is really amazing when you look at the cost of target ammo these days. And I assure you, the reason that they're less expensive has nothing to do with the components. The components are not less expensive. They're not inferior loads based on target loads. The reason that the ammo manufacturers can reduce the price on these game ammos is because they sell so much more than target ammo. There's a huge amount of hunters compared to target shooters. So that's why the prices are lower. It's not because the components are necessarily cheaper. So Federal 4-pack, my top choice. My next choice would be the Remington Game and Target. And then my last choice would be the Winchester Game and Target. I like American ammo because it's American, and also because you have access to it all the time. It's very easy to find, and that's a big bonus, especially when you're running out to the store to grab some for hunting or clay shooting competition coming up in the next couple days. You don't want to have to try to mail order stuff and get it shipped in at, you know, exponential amounts of money. All right, so that's my big tip on that. As far as hunting loads go, when it comes to waterfowl hunting, ducks, geese, stuff like that, basically my top 3 picks are Remington Nitro Steel, Winchester Dry Lock, and Kent Fast Steel. Now, before you just go out and buy any of that stuff, I really need you to go in and look at my membership video series, because there's way too much talk about in this short video today. There are really specific scenarios that each of these ammos have that outperform, or make them outperform, every other ammo that there is. So I hope that you can go ahead and click on my membership video series on the website, check out my blog, and please check out all my choke tubes. I've got feather lights for target and some small game. I've got my hunting series for waterfowl and turkey and big game and 3-gun and deer and coyote, you name it, it's all there. And again, all my chokes have that 60-day free trial period, so there's no risk to trying them, buying them, or owning them. So I'm glad you came here to check things out, and go ahead and learn everything there is to know about shotgunning, myth busting, ballistics, gun choices, choke choices, the difference between everything out there, ammo, chokes, loads, guns, you name it. Also some shooting instruction and how to acquire targets properly. It's going to be an ongoing membership video library series. I'm going to be adding new videos at the beginning of every single month, so you can just keep learning new stuff. This goes from people that have never fired a shotgun before all the way up to the top seasoned pros that are in the Olympics. All right, so I'm excited. Can't wait to see you there. Thank you very much for coming to check out Muller Chokes.